Hello everyone, I'm Danielle with Trinity Readings. We are going to do the Aquarius Weekly Tarotscope. Keep in mind these are general readings, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you find that the reading doesn't resonate, you can always check your moon, rising, or Venus placements because sometimes those do resonate more. And I do offer personal readings. You can get all that information in the description box. All right, let's see what you guys have going on this week. We are about to go into Saturn retrograde, and it's in Aquarius. This lasts until October. Which seems like a long time, but it's actually a lot better that it does last so long because it's not like all the energy like bundled up in 1 month. But what it is doing, Aquarius is is the sign of expansion. It's our connections to other people. It's kind of that out of the box thinking, right? As it's going into retrograde, it's going, it focuses inward. So you might find that you have difficulties in certain connections moving forward. It's really going to highlight a lot of your, if you have any karmic connections, if you have connections to people that aren't necessarily very healthy. It's also asking you to take a moment and look at how you relate to other people, how you show your own authenticity to other people, and where you hold yourself back in that sense. So if you find that you're struggling with some of your connections over the next month or so, just keep in mind that it's getting you to kind of reevaluate your connections to people and hold on to those connections that are expansive and bring you growth, and be willing to kind of step away from the connections that maybe aren't so healthy. Okay, let's see where you're at this week. Oh, you have the snake. It's kind of being in that place of not trusting people, or not trusting a certain person, or maybe not trusting a situation. I feel like you've been triggered. Like something has triggered you to where you're feeling very defensive. You're feeling very protective. This is also a message to really pay close attention to the connections that you have. Give me one more. Like somebody's not what they appear to be. You have the shamrock. I kind of feel like it might be that you feel like you have something really good going on for you. You have something really good in your life. But at the same time, you're acknowledging that this is something very special, that this is something very unique. It could be a connection to another person. It could be an idea that you have even. But it's almost like something is triggering you to suddenly feel like you have to be very protective of it, or something's making you feel like you need to hurry up and pursue this because it does seem to be a very unique and rare opportunity. 7 and 2, 7 is all about spirituality, and 2 is about making choices. And in that sense, that's a message to when making your choices or decisions this week, to follow that more spiritual type of path, in the sense that it's more important to follow your intuition, to follow your emotions, or even to make a choice that you feel like is going to elevate you in some way, as opposed to taking like practical type of action. It's like, following your intuition, even if you feel like, even if you're feeling uncertain, even if it feels like a risk. All right, let's keep going. I also feel like you have something very unique about you. You have a very unique talent. You have a gift. You have a very unique perception, and you might hold back. You might hold that back. You might not share that with a lot of people, but it's something very valuable that you kind of need to bring out. All right, let's see. Where are you at this week? You have the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands is, manifesting for your future, seeing something that you want, waiting for your ships to come in. Give me one more. And the third. Whoa, what is that? It's like feeling hopeful and fearful at the same time. Three of Wands and Three of Swords. It's like looking towards your future, but also you could have recently ended something with somebody and you're trying to look towards the future. You're trying to look towards the positive in it. You could also be just wanting to push forward so you don't get hurt. Give me one more. You're wanting to manifest something, but you feel like there's some sort of interference. You might feel like somebody is trying to interfere with your relationship. That's what that snake card is. Give me one more. Ten of Wands. It's quite possible that maybe you have been involved in some sort of third-party situation with another person and you're just wanting to move forward. It could be that you recently found out that there was somebody else. That's not going to be for everybody. It's something that you would already know. I kind of feel like you might be trying to move forward, trying to manifest something new. But at the same time, with the Three of Swords and the Ten of Wands, there is a lot of pain that you're holding on to, and that might be your reasoning for wanting to move forward, because you feel overwhelmed with where you're at right now. You're looking towards something that you're wanting to manifest, right? You've set intentions towards something that you've wanted to manifest. But it's almost like this is something that you've been wanting to manifest for a while. And because of that, looking towards this is actually very painful. And so the Nine of Cups and the Death card, for some of you, I feel like you have had this connection to somebody that you saw a future with, and they maybe they involved you in a third party situation, or they hurt you, and you're still holding on to that pain. And so it's like you're trying to move forward, but you're finding it difficult to let go of this desire. This is also a message to that you've changed, that something has changed in your life, that something has ended or something has shifted. And it's like you need to shift what it is that you want, if that makes sense. Let's keep going. It's weird. It's like you have this really strong connection to another person, but what you two, the actions or the communication between you two have been very lighthearted. Or it could be that you're both very strong-willed people. You're both very strong people. You're both very determined people. And so in that sense, it's like difficult for you both to communicate. I kind of feel like you feel like this person has just been kind of toying with you. You have commitment in front of you. What is that? Six of Pentacles. It's just about balance. So what the hell? All right, let me keep going. Your hopes are the Queen of Cups. Your fears are the King of Cups. It could be that it's almost like you're okay with your emotions, but you fear their feelings. Give me one more. Why is the King of Cups your fears? It's like you feel that it's almost like you feel like by this person not accepting your love, by this person not accepting your nurturing energy, that means that this is not what you want it to be. Okay, so the Lover's card is your overall energy. So the Lover's card does represent a soulmate connection. It does also represent choices. Underneath that, you have the Ten of Swords and the Fool card. It's almost like the need to let go of everything you thought you knew about love. There's a lot of snakes here, by the way. And that's a lack of trust. That's not trusting. And there's a need to just trust and go with it. Okay, here's a couple of scenarios in this. I feel like there has been a point in your life, or a point recently in the past year, 2 years, 3 years, that you have had this vision, had this person that you felt was your soulmate, and there was a lot of interference in it. Whether this is the person that you're connected to now, or this is like way past. I kind of feel for some of you, you've been involved in in a couple or quite a few connections where people have put other people or other situations before you or before the connection, because there's a very big fear or insecurity around being in a third party situation, about being somebody's option, about being somebody's second or third or fourth choice. Like you kind of have this fear or this hesitation around really getting close in relationships or with this person that you're connected with, because there's part of you that worries that they're just making you an option. They're not putting you first. You might feel like they have other options. You might be dealing with people who never like settled down to commitment. And so, I feel like you have a connection right now and you're really struggling trusting in this. You're wanting to manifest a future with this person. You're wanting to look towards the future. You might even be wanting to just leave this connection behind, and you're wanting to manifest new, but you're looking towards the future holding on to the same pain. And there's a need for that pain to be addressed and be released, because you are moving towards a very balanced connection, a very loving relationship, a committed relationship. But it's almost like the perception that you're seeing, it's almost like you're manifesting third-party connections. And I don't mean to say that, everything bad that happens to us, it's our fault and we manifest it. I don't mean it to sound that way. It's also a message that if you continue to connect with people that seem to not address your needs or not be supportive of you, it's kind of asking you to look at yourself and say, are you supporting yourself? Are you putting yourself first? Or do you make yourself a priority when it comes to relationships? And that's kind of an energy that needs to shift. And I feel like you're wanting to start something new. You're wanting to have a connection. You're wanting to have a new start, but at the same time, you're still holding on to this pain. You're still holding on to this heartache. And I think you don't realize that by holding on to this, you're closing yourself off. You are kind of this snake energy. You're closing yourself off, and people are hesitant in approaching you. And I don't think you're doing it on purpose, and I don't think you realize it. For your outcome this week, you have the Nine of Wands and you have the Eight of Swords. So this is about feeling very stuck. And that is that Saturn retrograde energy. That any kind of retrograde is going to suddenly make you feel stuck. And then we also have Mercury going into retrograde at the end of the week. So pay attention to where you're feeling stuck right now, because that is your message of what needs to be cleared away. So the sun is about everything being highlighted for you. It's about being able to see things very clearly. So you might feel like you're very stuck right now. You might feel like you're very stuck this week, but pay attention to the things that are coming to light for you, because what's coming to light for you is how much you love yourself, your perception of unconditional love, and also what you're manifesting. This is all about manifesting. This is all about growth. And in order to manifest that unique type of connection that you want, or in order to manifest that fulfillment that you want, in order to have that new beginning that you want, it's you have to kind of be able to let go of that pain. And I feel like whatever this is it's pretty painful. And I feel like either it comes from this person, or it comes from the fact that this has probably happened to you on more than one occasion. So it is important to understand if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling restricted in this connection right now, if you're noticing a lot of difficult emotions coming to the surface, those are showing you the emotions that are keeping you from being able to move forward. Because I think that you're wanting to be able to move forward. You've set your intentions on something that you want to manifest, and you're wondering why this is not coming towards you. But it's about needing to change what your wish is, change what your dream is. You know, if you're saying, even something as simple as if you're writing down things that you want to manifest, and you write down, I do not want a person that is in a third party, or I do not want somebody that is going to cheat on me. I'm tired of being cheated on. When you're saying the negative part, when you're saying what you don't want, the universe kind of doesn't hear, I don't want this. The universe just feels the energy. And so if you're sitting down manifesting, saying, I'm tired of being around people like this, and you're feeling that tense energy, that's what you're manifesting. I know it sounds silly, and it kind of sounds like it's just too easy, but it is about being able to shift what you're wanting to manifest. All right, so let's get you some final oracle card messages. If you are in a connection with somebody right now, I do feel like there is some kind of interference, but the interference is that you or the person that you're connected with is still holding on to a lot of pain. This might be somebody that in the past, they didn't commit to you, and now they're wanting to commit to you, and you're wanting to move forward with this person, and you're excited about this. But at the same time, you're finding that there's these fears and there's these insecurities coming up, and you're suddenly not trusting this person anymore. This is kind of telling you to take a leap of faith in this. But these past energies do need to be healed and released. All right. Oracle card messages for the week. Yeah. Okay. So you do have the Unity card as your overall energy. So that does represent a very unique connection, a very soul connection. That's a message that we're all connected on a soul level. And so that's something that's important to acknowledge. We're not alone. We're not separate. We're not separate from the people that we connect to, even though it feels like it sometimes. So this is telling you that you have been holding on to all of these emotions. You've been holding on to all of this pain. And now that you're wanting to move forward, you're seeing that all of this stuff is starting to come to the surface. This is telling you to let these emotions come to the surface and let them go and grieve the loss. Let yourself feel the emotions. This is a message not to try to rush through the process. understand that healing is not an overnight thing. If you're able to look at yourself and go, oh yeah, I hold on to a lot of pain because people have cheated on me in the past, so I'm going to release that. You're not going to be able to just release that instantly. You're going to find that it has caused, a lot more blockages than you realize. So be patient with yourself. If you feel overly emotional in the next week, let yourself feel those emotions. Let yourself release those emotions. And if you release those emotions and then find 2 days later that you're feeling emotional again, that's okay. It's just a lot of shit coming to the surface that you need to release. All right. I love you guys. Have a good week. Bye-bye.